Hello, everyone, and welcome to Haxball Tactical Analysis Episode 4, where we will be analyzing goal and trying to prevent it from happening in the future. So, right here, first we'll look at into the goal, and then we'll analyze how it happened and what went wrong, essentially, for the conceding team. Let's do it. Okay, let's go back up here to the second minute. This match is from Division 1, from the semi-final from last night between Keep Strong and Wolfschair. So we're going to first start with the throw-in here for the blue team. And now, one thing I want to note here in the beginning is that the position of these two players are not as good as it should be, because as you probably already see, they shouldn't be that close. Maybe one of them should go up here a little bit to the front to cover that pass in case it's happening. In our case, it's not. Or if he's confident that the pass will never go up, because this is a very, very situational pass. In most situations, the guy that's taking the throw-in would try to play the ball forward. So we could assume that maybe this guy had to be a little bit going behind, a little bit further back. I like the position of the number 7 because he's essentially making sure that a ball in that direction won't let the player push further down that line. He's going to press him, so I would say he's fine. And here it's not a big deal, but definitely not the most optimal positioning for these two players here. So now here we have the pass. Now this line over here is pretty dangerous and it shouldn't be left. Now in this situation, the number 7 here intercepts the pass, but it's definitely something to keep in mind. Or if you're the number 29 here, you could maybe try to make a move a little bit closer towards the ball so you can actually hit it earlier and put it between those two players, because that makes the attack pretty dangerous, especially considering that here that player is also connecting with the attack. But so far, the number 7 did a decent job here intercepting the pass. And the ball heads over here to this player. Now, one thing I want to mention is that I don't like the positioning of the goalkeeper here in that situation, because in this case, you want to definitely play a little bit closer to that player, the number 10 here, because essentially once the ball is sent in his direction like that, he has a hard time playing it if you're on his back, let's say here, because he can't turn around and face your goal. He has to play with with the direction of his body facing backwards. So this is a pretty safe spot for you. I really don't understand the distance that the goalkeeper here is giving for the attacker to play with the ball, and especially as you see here that the ball is being sent forward, most probably because what are the chances of this player here returning the ball back to number 29? Pretty slim. You have your teammates here closing. It's pretty tight space. There's no interest for AMT here to give the ball back down. It's definitely going to be a pass upwards, so you should close down that direction here and that space to be closer, because even if that player goes a little bit wider, you could still position yourself somewhere around here, so you're at the same time you shouldn't be afraid of a shot going directly towards your goal, because here Munir would actually go up and actually intercept in case that player tries to push. So the only play here is to pass, and when you know the ball is going to that player, you want to immediately press even before the pass happens, because this gives you advantage. As you see, the ball still hasn't reached him. He's still turned downwards. It's not perfect. He needs to jiggle a little bit downwards so he can make the straight line for the pass. So this is time where you shouldn't be going backwards as a goalkeeper. You should actually be closing down, because giving space to the striker could be very, very dangerous. And now I want you, when I unpause, I want you to see what actually the number 10 does and how much time and space he has to make the decision. Let's see. So the pass goes there, and see the goalkeeper keeps going backwards. Okay, he gets the ball, and now, right now, is the goalkeeper deciding, okay, maybe I need to close down because I don't have to give him that much space. And the guy's getting closer. Now it's still a little bit far away. I'm not sure if it's possible for a shot to be made like that. Probably no, but still, making the decision to close down now, I wouldn't say it's a bad one, but it's definitely not the most optimal timing. It would have been a lot better if you did it earlier before that. So let's see now what happens. I would actually try to go like that. Now see how much time he has to think to make the decision. Now here, another thing that I wanted to mention is that the positioning here of the striker so far is pretty good. He's like saying, okay, the ball is in front of our goal, but I'm pretty much isolating that player from the game. So right now, essentially, what should be happening in this scenario is you're going to have two players versus three players, which shouldn't be a problem. And so far, in that situation, it looks like it's not that dangerous. This player is out of position. He didn't have the time to climb up and to maybe offer himself as assistance to the attack. He could do it at that moment, but that would definitely slow down the attack, and it would definitely uh, give more time for the defending team to regroup. So from here, I would say that the position for the red team is kind of okay. I don't like giving so much time for this player to play with the ball and to stop it and to think about it. You should have been pressing it way earlier, and he has no option but to make some pass or to just kick it sideways. Okay, moving a little bit forward. Now, the most critical moment here is probably in this pose. Uh, it looks like this shouldn't be a problem because, as I said earlier, this player is pretty much isolated from the position. That player here is trying to get a good position just in case the ball somehow lands into his feet so he can score. Here we see that Munir is covering the goal for the goalkeeper who is pressing, which again I see this is a good move. What I don't like in this situation is the number seven's move, who, in my opinion, overcommits with the pressure. Like you shouldn't be so aggressive in the pressure. Like when you have two players attacking one player who has the ball, it's like you're kind of making an all-in. Like you're saying, I definitely want to get that ball. And if you do, it's fine. It's very hard for the number 10 to find the sweet spot here to play. But if he does, you're pretty much screwed up because you have just lost two players from one single pass. And maybe what I would recommend to be done here is maybe to have this player a little bit moved downwards, because if the closing happens here, there is no chance for a play to happen into that direction, for number 10 to pass to number 29, because as you saw before I paused, the movement of number 10 was in that direction, so he was turning and trying to make a pass in that direction. So if he was to turn backwards and to be able to make a pass down to 29, you would have a lot of time to close down and to close and to pretty much take the ball and to block the pass if he tries. So in this situation, it's starting to get obvious that the pass is going downwards, and it looks pretty safe because you have here the striker that is covering that player, but we'll see in a second what happens. So far, still not too bad. I would maybe say that this player should have been a little bit downwards. Here, the covering of Munir is fine. Some people could say that he could have been a little bit closer to that spot, but I don't see it as necessary, considering that the pass to this player at this moment on this pause is very, very, very unlikely. Like think about it. How can the ball get to 29? It's pretty much impossible. Even if that pass happens to be successful to this player here, there is no way for him to pass here. So and there's two players blocking the line, so I'm fine with Munir's positioning and covering. Here the goalkeeper is also pressing nicely. This one could have been a little bit downward, but it's still not a big deal. Now we'll see where the biggest problem in this situation occurs. Okay, so the pressure happened. He overcommits. Unfortunately, it's not possible to intercept the pass, which again, it's not that big of a deal. It's not the most optimal play, but still. Now, what I don't understand in this situation is this guy here, he thought that the ball would be intercepted. And just think about it. If the ball was intercepted, and if he had the better starting position, like what he essentially tried was he tried to start first in that direction to be faster than this player. And as you see, the goalkeeper is here. It could have been very, very dangerous in the future, just in case that the number seven intercept. But the number seven didn't intercept, and this changes a lot of things because right now this player didn't expect that happens because he was like, okay, the ball is intercepted, there is no way it's going after past number seven, and now the ball hits him here on the side, and since he didn't expect it, he didn't manage to press X or space or whatever to kick the ball. The ball hit him on the side and just essentially stopped here, perfect for AMP, who was actually expecting the ball to cross. So it's very funny here because we have these two players betting on the two situations. This player here is betting that the pass would be intercepted, and if it's actually intercepted, it's getting very, very dangerous, probably a goal. And the other player is betting that the pass actually goes through, and if it goes through, he plays with the ball. Now, who is whose bet is better? Like, who has the better risk reward ratio in this situation? It's very hard to say because on one hand, you could say that the red team, if the pass is intercepted, it's like a 90% goal. On the other side, if you fail and if this guy is risking, is AMP risking too much? Because if it's an interception, they probably will be conceding. What do you gain if you're AMP here? What do you gain by gambling like that and deciding to go that in that direction and hoping that the pass goes through? uh, Probably my bet would be that the risk reward ratio here of the red team is a little bit better because first, as if you're AMP, you can't know for sure that this player would miss the kick that he wouldn't expect because there are several players who would gamble on that and make the move forward. But as soon as they see that the ball crosses, they would press X as soon as the ball touches them, and they would kick it either in this guy's control or in this guy's control. So it's a safe move essentially. Gambling here, yes, if he makes the mistake, which as you saw he did, it gets pretty complicated. It's not pretty complicated, pretty good situation for you to make the attack and to actually score. But it's still not a 100% situation because, as you saw, yes, the ball went between these two players, which was kind of risky. Like, I wouldn't say that 100% of the times it would go through. And also, passing downwards is not a guarantee for a goal because if this guy understands the logic of the play, he would probably play close or intercept or would not allow for a shot to be down. It's still a dangerous attack, but nowhere near as dangerous as if the pass was here intercepted. So let's see how this plays out. But I would say that this is the in-depth analysis of this goal. It was these two players gambling against each other, and one of them winning the gamble and essentially his team scoring. You see here the ball kicks, and also you see that the number seven who was over committed to intercept the pass, and he was hoping that he was intercepted. Now you see how he's far behind, and the situation essentially here when AMP plays with the ball becomes a 3 versus 2. We have that player with the ball, we have that player here who is covered by that one, and Munir essentially covering the 29 here, and he has time to press or to pass. So it's essentially a 3 versus 2, which is pretty hard to defend if the guys know what they're doing. And this is Division One, so essentially, on the semi-final, the playoff, you can't expect them to miss these situations. And here's how it goes. So again, Never here, another small mistake. I wouldn't say it's way too crucial. Maybe it could have prevented the goal, but like making a pressure here forward is probably not the most optimal. You could have gone backwards and tried to cover the pass, and essentially, uh, AMP here with the ball, he has to think and act quickly because the other player is close to him, and if he can't just push the ball and have seconds to think or to act, because the other one would push him from behind and take the ball, so he has to act quick. And when the opponent needs to act quick, you should stall. You should play as defensive, as passive as possible, win time, and try to make the attack as slow as possible. He does the opposite. He goes forward, and as soon as AMP sees that this guy goes forward, he just sends the pass in between the two players. He doesn't even think about making the pass to number 29. And that's essentially how the goal was scored. Here, there's nothing that the goalkeeper could do. That's it for today. Thank you very much for watching. And if you'd like to have more of these videos, just feel free to subscribe. Thank you.